You think intelligent people are weird, quiet, awkward, disconnected. But what if that weirdness isn't a flaw? It's a signal that their mind is processing things you don't even notice. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji doesn't speak much, yet he controls everything. Lawliet looks strange, acts odd, but sees patterns no one else can. And Johan Liebert? He understands people so deeply, it becomes dangerous. So maybe they're not weird. Maybe they're just operating on a completely different level. And once you see how they think, you won't look at people the same way again. 3 completely different personalities, yet they all follow the same hidden pattern. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji stays quiet, but controls outcomes without being noticed. Lawliet behaves strangely, yet solves problems no one else can even understand. And Johan Liebert reads people so deeply, he can influence them without force. This isn't coincidence. It's a specific way of thinking that most people never develop. The real question is, what exactly are they seeing that others completely miss? And more importantly, can you learn it too? Stay till the end, because once you understand this pattern, you'll start noticing things in people that you were blind to before. 1. They don't see people. They see patterns. Most people think they understand others because they listen to words. But words are the easiest thing to fake. Highly intelligent minds don't rely on what you say. They focus on how you say it, when you say it, and why you say it. A slight pause before answering, a sudden shift in tone, eye contact that breaks at the wrong moment, or a smile that doesn't match the situation. These aren't random details. They're signals. While everyone else reacts to the surface, they quietly connect patterns underneath. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji doesn't trust words, he watches behavior. Lawliet doesn't follow statements, he studies inconsistencies, because behavior is harder to control than language. That's why intelligent people often seem quiet or distant, not because they're disengaged, but because they're analyzing everything in real time, constantly asking themselves what the intention is, why reactions don't match situations, and what pattern is repeating. And once you start seeing people as patterns instead of personalities, you stop getting fooled by appearances. That's the first real shift. 2. Their brain prioritizes depth over social. Most conversations run on social scripts. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Smiles that don't mean much. Responses that are automatic. For most people, this is normal. But highly intelligent minds start to notice how repetitive and shallow these interactions are. And over time, they lose interest in them. They don't avoid people. They avoid surface-level exchanges. They want conversations with depth, meaning, and truth. That's why sometimes they stay quiet, observing, instead of speaking. And other times, they suddenly take a conversation deeper than expected. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji speaks only when necessary, choosing precision over noise. Lawliet ignores normal behavior completely and focuses only on what actually matters. This creates a disconnect, because while others are trying to keep things socially comfortable, they're trying to understand what's real. And that mismatch is exactly what makes them seem weird. In reality, they're not struggling socially, they're just not satisfied with conversations that stay on the surface. 3. They think faster and differently. Most people think in a straight line, one idea, then the next, then a conclusion. But highly intelligent minds don't follow that structure. Their thinking is layered. One statement can trigger multiple associations at once, past experiences, hidden patterns, and possible outcomes, all processing in parallel. That's why their responses can feel unpredictable. They might jump topics suddenly, interrupt without meaning to, or go quiet mid-conversation. From the outside, it looks scattered, but internally it's structured. Lawliet doesn't think step by step, he builds multiple hypotheses at once, and Kiyotaka Ayanokoji doesn't react instantly. He calculates outcomes before speaking. They're not just hearing what you're saying, they're predicting where it leads. So while someone is still explaining a situation, they've already mapped possible endings. This creates a gap. You're processing the present moment, while they're already analyzing the future. And that gap is what makes their behavior feel off, when in reality it's not confusion, it's speed combined with depth. 4. They analyze everything, overthinking mode. Highly intelligent people don't just observe the world, they observe themselves inside it. Every conversation, every reaction, every small decision becomes something to examine. After speaking, they replay it. Was that the right thing to say? Why did they react like that? What did I miss? This constant internal analysis runs in the background almost all the time. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji rarely shows emotion because he's always filtering and controlling his responses, and Lawliet questions everything, even his own assumptions, before accepting anything as true. This level of awareness creates distance. They don't react instantly because they're evaluating multiple layers at once: logic, intention, consequences. To others, it can look like hesitation, awkwardness, or emotional coldness. But internally, their mind is running constant simulations, trying to understand not just what is happening, but what it means and what it leads to. That's why they often seem quiet or lost in thought. They're not disconnected. They're processing at a depth most people never reach. 5. They don't follow the crowd. Most people move with the crowd without even noticing it. Habits, opinions, trends, even reactions are often copied because they feel safe and familiar. But highly intelligent minds naturally question that pattern. Instead of accepting things as normal, they ask, why is this normal? Does this actually make sense? What's the logic behind it? And when something doesn't hold up, they don't follow it, no matter how many people do. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji doesn't act based on group expectations. He chooses actions based on strategy, even if it isolates him. Lawliet ignores social norms completely when they interfere with truth, focusing only on what leads to results. This independence creates friction because society rewards conformity, not constant questioning. So when someone doesn't laugh at the same things, doesn't agree just to fit in, or chooses logic over popularity, it feels unusual to others. That's where the weird label comes from. But in reality, they're not trying to be different, they're just not willing to follow something blindly. They'd rather understand the system than become part of it without thinking. If someone observes behavior, thinks ahead, questions everything, and refuses to follow the crowd, of course they'll seem weird because they're not reacting to the world, they're decoding it. So next time you see someone quiet, observant, a little different, don't rush to judge them. Because what looks like silence might actually be awareness, and what feels like distance might be deep understanding. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji stays unnoticed but sees everything. Lawliet breaks norms but finds the truth. And Johan Liebert understands people on a level most never reach. The point is simple. Being different doesn't mean something is wrong. Sometimes it just means they're seeing the world in a way you haven't learned yet. And once you start noticing that, you'll never look at people the same way again. Use this knowledge or be the one it's used against. The choice, as always, is yours. Subscribe and stay with me on this journey. But don't share it everywhere. Not everything is meant for everyone.